Let's get started. All right, we're going to start seated today. So find your spot on your mat. And just take an easy seated pose. And let's do 3 deep breaths in. Inhale up. And exhale, just let those arms fly. Big sigh on the out breath. Let go of any stress, tension, frustration. Inhale again. Let it all go. And we'll do one more time for that. I just realized I need to start my watch. Get credit for my yoga class. Inhale up. Let it go. Good. Bring hands together at heart center. And let's just take a moment to tune into our bodies, noticing how we feel sitting here. Are there any areas of our body that are speaking to us loudly as needing some attention? Perhaps your hips, your low back, your neck, your shoulders, your jaw. Just check in and notice. And let those areas know that you are, in fact, going to give them some attention right now, right this moment. So, setting your intention, your sankalpa for today's practice to give these areas some attention, or perhaps just for general good health, vitality, energy, centeredness, focus, whatever your intention is, set it now. And so it is. We'll seal that intention with the sound Om in an act of self-recollection. Nice deep inhale. Oh, excuse me. And slowly opening the eyes. Let's rub our palms together, create some heat. I'm going to have to do several heat generating activities today because it is chilly out here this morning. And shake it off, shake it. And let's just bounce, 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 bounce our shoulders up and down. Bounce, 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 bounce. Good. Up and down with the shoulders. Let go of any tension that might be holding there, maybe from your sleeping position, or if you've been at the desk or the computer. Just bounce out any tension, let it go. Good. And then big inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale down through heart center, hands together, heart center again for a moment. Throughout our practice, being mindful that everything we do feels good. If you come across any position, any pose that is causing pain or discomfort, back off. Don't go so deeply. Really listen in to your body, honoring it right where it is in this moment. Maybe left side and right side feel different, and that's okay. Just honor where you are, notice, no judgment, and just be present with the breath and the movement as we go through this. Once again, let's rub our palms together, take them off. We're going to start with the 4 thumps from the Eden Energy Medicine. So starting to tap right on your cheekbone, just below your eye. Tap, tap, tap. And then tap your sternum. Good. And tap your kidney 27 points right underneath the clavicle there. Lots of energy to the kidneys. And then tapping underneath your arms, on the sides, right about the bra line. Excuse me. And then we'll rub right at the bottom of the rib cage, just under that bottom rib. Rub from center out to the sides, and then tap all along there. If you notice any spots a little tight, a little tense, go ahead and tap a little extra there. And we're going to bring our legs out straight. And we're going to start really close to the groin on the sides, right where your pant seams are of your thigh. Press in and work your way down, pressing every half inch or so to the knee and then back up. Here we're pressing on large intestine meridian and small intestine meridian. These are actually the neurolymphatic points for those two organs. Continue this pressing up and down. We're going to do 3 passes. And again, if any place is sore, just take note of that and maybe go back and do a couple extra presses on that spot. All right, one last pass here. Press, release, press, release, press, release. And what I'm using is a supported thumb, but you can use knuckles, whatever feels good. Now we'll go over to the other side. Breathing easy, comfortably. Two passes, almost ready for the third pass. Third pass, up and down, good. Excellent. Now we're going to cross the left leg over the right. We're going to come into the hook up seated. So here we're just holding the foot with one hand, arms are crossed, holding the ankle with the other hand. Let's take a deep breath, gaze up, and exhale, gaze down. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, gaze up. And exhale, gaze down. Good. One more. Excellent. Now start to pull this in. Just notice we can kind of rock. If we've got some tension in our hips here, you're going to feel this, or maybe in your thigh. Then we'll release that leg out and we'll cross the other leg over. So I've got my right hand on my foot, the sole of the foot. I've got my left hand on my ankle. Once again, inhale, gaze up, exhale, gaze down. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, gaze down. One more. Good. Now start to pull this up and just notice, and you can kind of rock your leg if you've got some tension in the hips or thighs. Give you some insight to that and release that, let it go. Let's come back to our easy seated pose. And we're gonna wake up the neck muscles. So gazing down and gazing up and gazing down and gazing up and gazing down and gazing up. Come back to center. Let's gaze left and let's gaze right. And gazing left and gazing right. And gazing left and gazing right. Last one. Good. Come back to center, ear to shoulder. Ooh, I've got some tension there. So let's do left ear to left shoulder. Let's bring a hand on top, just resting there. Extend the opposite arm. Circle the arm. We'll do some resisted stretches here. So press your head into your hand. Resist that press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release. Let the head come up. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Stretch it back down and press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a little isometric stretch. Release it, let the head come up. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, bring it back down and press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and release it, let it go. Good. Pause for a moment in the center, and then we'll go to the opposite side. So right ear to right shoulder, bring the hand on top, release and stretch the shoulder out and circle it. And then we'll begin our resisted stretches, our isometric stretches. Breathe in, take a deep inhale, press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release the head, let it come up. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release it, take a deep breath in. And exhale, last time, press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release it, let it go. Let the hand come down. Take a breath. Good. Let's clasp our hands together. Extend the palms forward, reach, reach, reach. Get a little stretch in the shoulders. And then we're going to reach up toward the sky. And now clasp the hands behind the head and bring the chin down towards the chest. We're going to do another isometric set of stretches. This time, press the back of the head against the hands. Press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release the head, let it come up. Breathe, open up the shoulders. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bring chin back to chest, and then press the back of the head against the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, release, bring it up. Open those shoulders, and one more time, press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release the shoulders, release the hands, reclasp the hands behind your back, and let's lean forward and lift the arms up a little bit. Oh, good. Press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. And release that. Now I want you to notice your legs. I'm going to have you switch which leg is in front. We're going to run through that series again with the arms, getting some stretch in the shoulders. And as we lean forward, you'll feel this a little differently in your hips. So clasping the hands, extend forward, press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Press up to the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clasp the hands behind the head, bring chin to chest, and press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release that. Reclasp the hands behind the back and start to lean forward, lifting those hands off the back as far as is comfortable. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. Let's shake those arms out. And we'll do a full rotation with the head and neck. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling in. Noticing how much tension has been released from those stretches. Should be nice and smooth, comfortable. Reverse directions. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Last one. Good. Come back to center. Bring the shoulders up to the ears. Let them drop. Nice. Excuse me. All right. We're going to move into generating a little bit more heat with breath of fire. So bringing the arms up to the sides, curling those fingers in, extend the thumbs, imagining an arc of energy over your head, over the crown. And let's build that energy, that protective chi with our breath. So Breath of fire is pumping the abdominals. All breath is in and out through the nose. Excuse me. And begin. Deep inhale. Touch the thumbs above the head. Open the palms. Slowly exhale. Feel the expanse of your aura. Excuse me. And sitting tall, sweep the arms up and twist. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind the sacrum. One more deep breath in, look a little further. And exhale, slowly unwind, pause in the middle. Sweep the arms up, big inhale, and twisting to the other direction. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind sacrum, twist, gazing over your shoulder. Inhale, look a little further. And exhale, slowly unwind, pause in the middle. Send your left hand out to the side, bring the right hand up and over, make a big letter C with your arms. Keep both sit bones firmly planted on the earth. Feel the stretch along your whole side body. If you want to deepen or accentuate this stretch, you can turn your palm up towards the sky and gaze upward. Come back to center, pause in the middle, and over to the other side. Slide that right hand out, bring the left hand over, make a big letter C. Keep both sit bones firmly planted. And again, if you want to deepen or accentuate that, turn the palm up and gaze upward. Rising up, come back to center, pause for a moment. Massage that shoulder, take your opposite hand to the opposite shoulder. Use your tall finger to press on your superior angle of the scapula, releasing the levator scapula muscle. And then we're going to just crook our fingers and trace the hand down across the body, like it's tracing a beauty pageant sash to our hip. And then we'll bring our other hand over, massage the shoulder, releasing any tension in the trapezius, and then press your middle finger against the superior angle of the scapula. Oh, take a breath, let it go. Crook the fingers and trace across the body. And then we'll do 2 or 3 more traces crossing the body, making a big figure X. Perfect. Sweep the hands up, bring them together to touch. All the fingertips and the thumbs touch. Connected brain. Bring the thumbs to touch your third eye and hold here. Take a few deep breaths. And then crooking the fingers, draw from the midline out to the temples 2, 3 times. And then we'll do a crown pull, continuing this movement as you move up the forehead and then across the crown, short little ones on the crown, back of the head, back of the neck, all the way to the shoulder. Let's do that again. Crown pull, across the forehead, across the top, and down. Beautiful. Let's come on to our backs. Laying down. First, we'll draw the left knee into the chest, hug it in, take a couple of deep breaths here. Good. Release that to the earth and hug the right knee into the chest. Take 3 deep breaths. Release that leg back to the earth. Hug both knees into the chest. Bring your fingers or your hands to your thighs and start a slow bicycle movement. Hug the knees into the chest. We're going to rock side to side, massaging the low back and the hips. Good. Come back to center. Now bring your hands clasped behind your head. We're going to continue bicycling, but we're going to do opposite knee, opposite shoulder, or opposite elbow, I should say. So bicycling out, opposite knee to opposite elbow. Good. Hug those knees in and release it. Let's take a break. Pause for a moment. Feel the body. Palms go straight down. We're going to lift our left leg straight up, anywhere from 70 to 90 degrees. Hold for a moment and release it down. Try to keep the leg straight, no bend in the knee. And opposite leg lifts and lowers. And one more time each side. Just lift, hold, and lower. Another side, lift, hold, and lower. This is supposed to be really good for balancing the hips. So now we'll lift one leg and we'll hold it. We'll lift the head up towards the knee. And release it down, release the head down, release the leg down. Take a breath and lift the right leg up. Hands wrap around the back of the knee. Lift your head up towards your knee. And release that down. We're going to roll to our left side. Clasp your hand around your foot. Let's get a stretch in the quadricep muscles. Just resting your head on your arm. Begin to pull that leg back slightly. That's going to deepen the stretch. And releasing that, let's go to the other side. Roll over to the other side. Resting your head on your arm. Clasp your hand around your foot. Bending your knee, bringing the heel towards the glutes. Feeling the stretch in the quadricep muscle. Releasing that, come back to lay on your back. Walk your heels up towards your sit bones, holding either at your heels or hands flat. We're going to do 10 pelvic lifts. So lift and lower. So lifting into bridge pose and lower. Lift and lower. That's 2. Lift and lower. That's 3. Lift and lower. That's 4. Lift and lower. That's 5. Lift and lower. That's 6. 4 more. Lift and lower. That's 7. Lift and lower. That's 8. Lift and lower. That's 9. And we're going to lift and hold on the 10th one. Walk your shoulder blades towards one another. If you want to clasp your hands underneath your sacrum, see if it helps you lift a little higher. Release your hands, walk your shoulders out, and roll your spine down vertebra by vertebra. Hips last come down, and go ahead and extend the legs, and let's turn the palms up and pause for a moment. Feel the body. We're going to hug our knees in, this time holding at the back of the knees. We're going to rock on the spine, the length of the spine this time, 2, 3, 4 times. And rock yourself up into a seated position. And then turning over, come into tabletop. Knees right underneath our shoulders, hands right underneath, no, knees underneath our hips, hands underneath our shoulders. Let's move through some cat-cows, curling and arching the spine, following the pace of your breath. One more each direction. Pausing for a moment, curl those toes under, walk the hands back, putting just enough weight on the heels that you can feel the stretch in the plantar surface of your foot. Turn the palms so that they're facing your wrists away from you. So you can also feel stretch in your forearms. Maybe rock a little bit side to side, opening up that space between the toes and the ball of the foot, really stretching there. Good. Releasing the hands, start to walk them forward, release the toes, tap the tops of the toes. And we're going to move into our sunbird pose. So extend that left leg straight back, toes are pointed down or even towards the opposite corner of the mat. And reach that right arm forward, finding length. Use your strength to find balance. Hold here. We're going to bring our knee to the side. We're going to bring our elbow to the side, bending knee, bending elbow, and extend it out. Let's do two more. Excellent. Lift a little higher and then set everything down. And one cat-cow to reset center. Extend the right arm, leg straight back, toes pointed down or towards the opposite corner of the mat. And now extend that left arm straight forward. Stretching the hand and the foot in opposite directions, create some length. Use your strength to hold your balance. Pull that belly button up and in. And then once again, we'll do that bend of the knee and bend of the elbow to the sides. And reach back and to the side and reach long and to the side and reach long. Beautiful. Lift everything a little higher and then set everything down and a cat-cow. Next, we'll step forward with our right leg and let that pelvis lengthen and stretch the left leg back so that we come into a nice lunge position. Feel that stretch in our iliopsoas muscle. Breathing into any places where you feel tension. Now start to shift the sit bones back and lengthen that front leg just as far as is comfortable. Keep a micro bend there or a big bend, whatever you need. And draw your nose towards your knee. Coming into our half splits. Slowly releasing that and draw that leg back, come back into our tabletop. Once again, one cat-cow to reset center. Step forward with the left foot. Extend that right leg back. Let the pelvis drop towards the mat. Breathing into the places where you feel the sensation to stretch. Using that breath to help facilitate relaxation of the muscles. Keeping your chest against your thigh, start to sit the sit bones back towards the opposite heel. Lengthening that leg. Bring nose towards knee. Breathing. Feeling the stretch in the hamstrings now of the left leg. Maybe you feel it up by the sit bones. Maybe you feel it behind the knee or the whole length of the back of the thigh. Wherever you feel it, just breathe into those areas. Honor your body right where it is. Don't push into pain. Stay in the pleasure side. And slowly release that. I'm going to have you check your hands, make sure they're right under your shoulders. Curl the toes under. We're going to lift the knees off the mat about 2 inches and hover there. You want to shore up your middle. This is really good strengthening for the abdominal area, which helps support the low back. Also, go ahead and lift. Really good for generating a little heat this morning. Go ahead and push all the way up into downward facing dog, and let's walk our heels out. Lift both heels up and then slowly lower them to the earth. Bend those knees, lift the sacrum up a little higher, gazing at your toes, your knees, or your navel. Start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Bend the knees deeply and come into a ragdoll position, bringing the elbows or the pinkies to the elbow creases, bending the elbows. Good. Hang here. Maybe rock side to side a little bit. Shake out your head. Release your hands to the earth and then slide them up to your shins and come into a halfway lift, flat back. Release them back to the earth and we'll start to trace a figure eight laying on the ground. And we're going to continue tracing that figure eight as we rise up all the way to the sky, back to the hands touch. And exhale, sweep the arms down. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open the arms, cactus thumb arms, slight back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Hold here, hands are reaching towards the earth. Figure eight, laying on the ground. Trace it. Start to walk, rise up as you continue tracing that figure eight all the way to the sky. Backs of hands touch. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. This time, walk your hands back out to a downward facing dog. We're going to lift our left leg up towards the sky. Open the hips, stack the hips, circle the knee, ankle, and hip around. First one direction, then the other. Then re-square the hips. Lift that leg high. And we're going to sweep it through for half pigeon pose. So knee comes towards the left wrist and slide that right leg back. Even out the hips. And then start to walk your arms down and head rests on your stacked fists. Feeling this in the deep lateral rotators of the hip. Breathing into those places where you feel the sensation stretch. Start to rise up. Curl those toes under and lift that leg up. Come back into downward facing dog. Walk those hips out again. And then we'll raise the right leg up. Stack the hips. So turn the hips open. And then circle the hip and knee and ankle around. First one direction, then the other. Good. Re-square the hips, lift that leg high, and then sweep it through for half pigeon on the other side. Knee comes to wrist, sit up nice and tall, slide that left leg back, and then start to walk your arms forward and rest the head on stacked fists. Breathing into those places you feel the sensation stretch. Noticing if you need to make slight adjustments for your knee, you want it to be comfortable. Slowly starting to rise up. Curl those left toes. Lift up. Back to downward dog. Walk those heels out. Then extend out into plank pose, high push-up position. Let's hold here for a few seconds. Let your knees drop. Let your hips come down. Let your chest come down. Keep your hands back by your rib cage, chin resting on the mat. Toes relaxed. You could either touch your heels and toes together like a giant cobra tail, or you can wide as you need. We're going to come into cobra, lifting head, chest, come up into cobra, lower those shoulders down, press those hips to the floor, and lower down slowly. Good. Rest for a moment. Take a breath. And we'll rise up once again into cobra. Hold here. And lower slowly. Good. Now release the hands and curl them so that they're underneath your groin. Walk your feet in so that your heels and toes are touching. And then we're going to extend the left leg back and then lift it up. And you can bring your chin to rest on the mat. Hold here for a moment. Half grasshopper. Good. Release it down. And we'll move to the other side. So extend that right leg long and then lift it up. Doesn't have to lift high. And lower it down. Let's do each side one more time. Extend that left leg long and then lift it. Keeping the legs straight. Breathing. And lower it down. And over to the right side, extend it long, lift it up. And release it down. You may do another set, each leg individually, or if you'd like to challenge yourself, join me with both legs lifting into full locust position. So pressing your hands into the earth, lift both legs up, lift your head up. Good. Hold here. And release down. Good. Let's take a moment, take a breath, take the hands out, and turn the head to one side. We're going to move into floor bow. So bending the knees, clasp one hand around your right leg and left hand around your left leg. You're holding at your feet. Your knees are bent. Your chin is resting on the mat. We're going to exhale everything out. We're going to inhale, lift everything up, pushing the feet into the hands, opening up the heart center, opening up the hips. Hold, breathe. See if you can avoid having your knees splay out to the side too far. Keep them in line with your shoulders if possible. And release down. Turn the head to the opposite side. Hands, palms facing up. If you want to windshield wiper the legs, then just take a moment, pause. I'm gonna run through that pose one more time. So centering your chin on the mat, bending your feet, bending your legs, excuse me, holding your feet, exhale everything out, lift everything up. Hold here, breathe, bouncing on your navel. And release down. Head to opposite side, windshield wiper those legs. Release them down. Bring the hands under the shoulders. We're going to push back into child's pose. Sitting on your heels, extend your forehead to the mat. Extend your arms above the head, walking them forward. Three cleansing breaths while we're here. Big inhale. Exhale with a sigh. Inhale. Exhale with a sigh. One more time. Good. Sliding those hands back. Let's sit up and sit on our heels if that's possible for you in hero pose and hold here for a moment. If you need to put some pillows or a block underneath your sit bones, please do so. Pose very good for grounding and centering. Slowly release that. And we're going to come seated. We'll start with our left leg extended and our right sole of foot on the inner thigh. Turn your torso, line it up with that extended leg. Sweep the arms up, big inhale, and folding over that leg. Reaching for the toes. Slowly walk your hands up your leg. Turn towards the center or towards the front. Hook your peace fingers around that big toe and sweep the opposite arm up and over, coming into a side stretch. If you can't reach your toe, just have your hand resting on the mat, palm facing up on the inside of your inner thigh. Coming back up, let's switch the legs. Turn your torso, line it up with that extended leg, sweep the arms up, and folding over that leg, reaching for the toes. Rising up, turning towards the center, hooking your peace fingers around that big toe, or resting your hand on the mat, coming into a side stretch. Rising back up, let's bring both legs outstretched in front of you. Sweep the arms up and forward fold, reaching towards those toes. If you want to take peace fingers around the big toe and gently pull the elbows out, drawing your chest towards your thighs. Rising up, we're going to roll onto our back and up into shoulder stand. If shoulder stand is not available to you today, just lay on your back with both legs reaching towards the sky. We'll point and flex our toes a few times, circle the ankles both directions, and just hold here and breathe. Reaching the legs over into plow briefly as you start to lower the back slowly to the earth, and then lower the legs slowly as well. Turning the palms towards the sky, rock those legs in and out a few times, and then just let everything go. Deep breath in, big sigh on the out breath. And again, inhale, and a big sigh. Let it all go. As we end this year, 2024, I want you to really take a moment to honor yourself for your commitment to showing up to your practice with regularity. You've been amazing. You've done a great job. Thank yourself for that showing up, for that moving through consistently week after week. This practice leads to good, healthy habits for longevity, health, and vitality. Really feel that in every soul of your cell of your body. Feel that in your soul. We're going to trace our energy from the top of your pubic bone up the center midline to your chin. Twist it and let it go. Let's do two more of those. Draw that energy up, zipping up. Let it go. One more time. Let it go. And then one finger on your navel, one finger on your third eye. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Feeling really hooked up to that microcosmic orbit, that energy line that runs up the spine, over the crown of the head, down the front of the midline of the body. One more breath here. Wiggle those fingers, wiggle those toes, circle those ankles, circle the wrists, rub the palms together, rub the soles of the feet together. Hug the knees to the chest. Let both legs fall to the left as you gaze to the right. Hug them back to center. Let both knees fall to the right as you gaze to the left. Come all the way over onto your side and start to push yourself up into a seated position. Sweep the arms up, big inhale. Bring hands together at heart center. We'll end our practice with the long time sun. As we honor our bodies, ourselves, and enter into a new year, a new era, a new stage. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon me, all love surround me, and the pure light within me guide my way on. Guide your way on. Guide our way on. 3 Satnams. Satnam. 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 The light and love and divinity in me honors and bows to the light and love and divinity in each one of you. When we are in this space, we are one. Namaste. Take care. Thank